If you've ever had your Facebook ad account randomly disabled for no apparent reason, you're not alone. I mean, you follow the rules, yet you still got banned. Now, you tried to appeal and you haven't heard back from Meta. And if you tried to manually contact them, you're met with a VA who's unable to provide you with any sort of quality response. And so in this video, I want to show you what top media buyers are doing in 2025 to avoid getting banned entirely, using a strategy that Meta themselves want you to use. Now, since 2023, Meta has been utilizing a lot more AI to make those ban decisions, meaning they're automatic. It's not an actual human making a decision to ban you. It's an algorithm. So what you might be met with looks like this. You have a disabled ad account screen. It looks like that. It says you can't create or run ads, or you've opened up your ad account and you see an account error. It says like everything is grayed out. It says we restricted your accounts. And then when you try to appeal it, you'll see something like this. We've done a review and we decided not to remove restrictions from your ad account. So now, what else can you do? Well, some of you who are paying for Meta Verified might also get access to another support experience. Through Meta Verified, you can click on Get Support and start a messenger chat with a Meta rep. But they're usually third world country workers who literally don't even know their way around their own platform. So seriously, you're kind of left alone to figure out what to do. Now, there's a few smart people in here that might be thinking, yeah, but Justin, if this happens to me, all I'm going to do is I'm going to have a backup business manager and a backup ad account. Great, but if you run ads to the same Facebook page or the same landing page or the same website or the same credit card that just got you banned in the first place, you will get banned once again. So that's not a viable solution. Now, I already hear the dropshippers telling me, well, Justin, all I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to change my domain. I'm going to change my Facebook page. I'm going to have a whole new name and relaunch. Well, that's going to take you days, maybe weeks, and that's a short-term risky solution, because if you implement that, it's going to work today, might work for a couple of weeks, but what's certain is that you'll face the same issue over and over and over again, which is going to prevent you from hitting new scale milestones, because you'll always have to restart essentially the business. Now, what Meta looks at when making those decisions, it's your ad creative, it's going to be your copy, it's going to be your landing page, and also your billing method. So if you miss, as an example, when scaling up your ad spend, one payment, not because you don't have the funds, because your bank sees unusual activity, right? They're not used to having those large sums of money being asked by Meta. They might flag Meta and block your card. Or what also happens is when you have a brand new Meta ad account, you'll get charged a lot of small transactions every day. Your bank might not like that and block Meta. And if this happens, that could be all it takes to get the ad account shut down on Meta. And with the regular ad account, you're honestly guilty until proven innocent. Short story time for you. Lately, I had a client that had a very common issue for e-commerce brand, a stock issue. They had over $30,000 in stock value stuck at customs. Now, before the stock could get released, we still kept advertising for a couple of days, and the comments under the ad started flooding with customers saying, hey, where's my order? Where's my order? Even if we proactively sent them an email saying that their order would be delayed. Now, this was enough to get just a few angry customers to report the page, which got the Facebook page banned and therefore got the ad account shut down because of a very common stock issue. So the truth is, if you're advertising on Meta, they don't care about your $1,000 a month budget, your 10K a month budget, your 100K a month budget, because they're already spending hundreds of millions of dollars a day on their app platform through various other advertisers. So they're not going to get preferred treatment. That is, unless you are using one of those tier 1 accounts reserved for very specific advertisers. And that's exactly what you can get your hands on today. Now, what a tier 1 ad account is, it's like an enterprise grade ad account for everyday media buyers. Now, what exactly is different in a tier 1 ad account and a regular ad account? Well, a tier 1 ad account does not have any ad spend limit. So you can spend as much as you want from the start. Now, it also doesn't have any ad spend minimum. So you can spend $1 a day, you can spend $10,000 a day. So it really depends what you want to spend. Now, these are accounts that are based in the US or Europe. So they're from tier 1 countries, meaning they're not from countries like India, China, or Hong Kong, which will often get accounts allocated from these countries when buying or renting accounts from sketchier websites. And these accounts fall under an ad spend umbrella. Remember, I just said that Meta doesn't care about your 10K a month or 100K a month ad budget? Well, what if you were part of a network of several other businesses that total combined ad spend would be in multi 7 or 8 figures a month in ad spend? Now Meta starts to respect you a little more, and therefore you have access to higher features and much better internal support. What does that look like? Well, if the ad account ever gets shut down, you get it back up within 24 to 48 hours. And worst comes to worst, if the ad account is truly done for good, you'll get another one allocated to you within about a day. So you're always sure to be back up and running on ads with no problem. And as I said earlier, like most bans are not necessarily from ads. They're from compliance on the landing page. They're from compliance on the back end, because Meta goes as far as analyzing the destination link and all of the other pages of that website. And so with a tier 1 account, what you actually get is like a compliance done with you help, meaning you'll get someone who literally worked at Meta before to work with you one-on-one, to review your ad assets, to review your landing page, to review all of your copy, to tweak it with you for compliance purposes, meaning you'll know how to be in the clear forever when implementing those suggestions. Now, I personally use these so-called tier 1 accounts with Orange Trail. So what the Orange Trail team allows you to do is to run white hat or gray hat ads through those accounts. Now, what is gray hat? Gray hat means they're industries who are sometimes a little more frowned upon on advertising, but they're still legit businesses. We're talking supplements or CBD or melatonin or beauty products, like stuff that sometimes you get banned for that you just shouldn't. Like, they're completely legal. It's just that it fall under that line where ad platforms don't always appreciate you as an advertiser. So gray hat and white hat services have absolutely no problem running on these types of accounts. And I've used like a gazillion different so-called tier 1 agency ad accounts. And a lot of them you have to do wires. So you have to send the money up front, and then they're gonna route that money to the ad account. So you can never use your credit card and stack up those points. Well, with those Orange Trail tier 1 accounts, you can sync your credit card to those accounts and be able to stack up the credit card points and have this kind of leverage if you want, and cash flow instead of just sending wires after wires for your ad spend. Now, apart from using your own credit card, it might go without saying that you can still do a credit line prepaid top up with them if that's an option that you prefer, which is totally okay. Now, the clients with which I usually use those accounts are e-commerce brand info product businesses or even ad agencies that work with us on their ad engine who are at high risk of getting shut down. Now, agencies, again, of course, are usually at risk of getting shut down because of the volume of spend and clients they're usually managing with. Now, e-commerce brands, it's as mentioned earlier, it's going to be as simple as stock issues or like bad cash flow management that led you to have a few negative reports that sometimes can get you shut down, or those gray hat industries I mentioned earlier that info product businesses might face, such as crypto or finance or trading or real estate industries. And so if you've been banned before, you're scaling aggressively, you're in somewhat restricted space, those accounts are perfect for you. And you can even get cash back on platforms like Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, or Bing that goes up to 20% on some of those platforms. And so if you're serious about scaling your ad spend level this year in 2025, you don't want to live in the fear every day of opening up your account and seeing this big red banner at the top, as I showed you earlier. That means that you're being shut down. Start from today with a tier 1 ad account. And so I've partnered with Orange Trail to make you this video today, as I've been using them now for a lot of our different client ad accounts over the years and have always gotten amazing support from there. They're available 24/7 across all time zones, so you can always just message them and get your assets reviewed for compliance and get all the help you need when it comes to your ad accounts, unlike dealing straight with Meta support. And Orange Trail has partnerships with all of the major advertising platforms. So if you need an account on platforms like TikTok, Google, or Snapchat on top of Meta, which I've mentioned today, they're like a one-stop shop for tier 1 ad accounts across all major platforms. And so I'm curious, let me know in the comments down below if you've ever had an ad account shut down, and if so, how did you handle it? Check out Orange Trail with the first link in the description down below and also pinned in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.